live.
All right, we are live. Shakopee in white, red numbers, going against Maple Grove this evening. Played earlier this year. Maple Grove defeated Shakopee 4-1. They'll go again tonight in a district matchup. A little bit of illness run through the team this week, but it looks like everyone who's not injured is here, which is good. What's that? Okay. Or we're going to be in the shot if we go that way. All right, so yeah, everyone who, we had a little illness, but it looks like everyone who's not injured is here, so that's good to see.
Got a little 13-on-15 hockey to go tonight. Remember this Maple Grove team, second matchup of the year, right?
Yep, 4-1 last time when we played at Maple Grove, and
mainly shorthanded for half the game.
Yes, yep.
That was our, I think, high of the season for penalties.
Yeah.
See if that can control itself, play 5-on-5, because that part of the game, it was a 1-1 tie.
Yep. Should be a fun matchup tonight. Shakopee in white, trimmed in red. Maple Grove with the black jerseys here. Start off with Ian at right wing, Wyatt. Will at left wing, Hensley and Mark at the Van in net. Here we go from Shakopee. Shakopee controls, Will dumps it in. Ian gives chase. Wyatt supports. Dig away at the puck. Maple Grove loses an edge. Caden delivers a big hit, and Maple Grove chips out, but not out.
Hand pass. Yeah.
They whistled down.
That's going to be a hand pass. Came in and out of the zone. A hand pass back in. So, seeing a physical play here in the first one shift. A couple hits that might have gone a little bit, could have raised an arm, but they're letting them play through, see how the rest of this goes.
All right, Scott Williams, Schmig up front, lands set, and Schmitz on the back end. Face off one forward by Eden Prairie. Maple Grove sends it down. That'll be icing. We'll come back the other way for an offensive zone draw.
Take two, like to see the hustle coming out of the boys right away. It's what we're sometimes missing that first period.
All right, again, Dom on the draw here. He'll win the draw back. Matthew steps over it. Blake backhands it down in the corner. Matthew gives chase, delivers a hit. All right, Maple Grove through neutral, turned over. Come in, he's going to be offside. They say no offside. I thought it would have been at the line. Maple Grove possesses along the wall, turned over. Matthew will give chase. Land set with it now along the wall. Scrum for the puck, Dom. Over to Schmitz. Schmitz off the wall, plays to himself, gets caught in Schmidt's skates. And then set through neutral, backhands it, and that will be icing on the play. Bring a face-off down to our defensive zone. 13:34 to go in the first, 0-0.
A lot of bouncing around through the neutral zone that shift. Just seems to not want to go one way or the other. Deep breath, new lines.
All right, Marco, Hema, and looks like Ian over there with Gabe and at D. Face off one back by Maple Grove. Fired around. Marco possesses.
Yeah, that's trouble.
Shot on goal, turned away by Van. Chipped out by Ian, up to Easton. Maple Grove brought it back in. Should have been offsides, but they whistle it down anyway.
The linesman's a little confused that we're not in high school hockey right now. It's just calling delayed offside, which we don't get the benefit of quite right now. So they did initially whistle that dead.
The same line, Marco centering Easton and Ian, with Caden and Gabe on the back end. Possessed through neutral by Maple Grove, turned over by Ian. Marco possesses one-on-one, bodied off the puck, repossesses, shot, just wide. Up ice by Maple Grove. Gabe, good defensive play, and steers the puck to the corner. Out to the point, shot, didn't make through. Caden gives chase in the corner, glove down by Maple Grove, across to the middle. Over. That's by Maple Grove. Marco out of the that would have been icing, but the goalie will play it, and Maple Grove will turn the other way. Through neutral, fired in. It'll rim around on the glass. Picked up by Schmitz. Back behind his own net. Nice pass up to Schmieg. Across to Anderson through neutral. He'll chip it in, and they'll give chase. Schmieg now possesses up to Blake. Pinches, holds nicely. Still possesses the puck behind. Blake up top to Schmieg. He walks to the middle. Misfires on it, and Maple Grove goes the other way. Nice stick play by Schmitz there at neutral, and Lancette back behind. Maple Grove regroups in their own zone. Turned over there. Anderson with a nice chance. Shot, glove down by the goaltender. That'll bring up an offensive zone draw.
Finally a little something on the board after all the work back and forth. Settling down that last one. Had a little bit more zone time there. See if they can continue that on.
Dom will take the draw with Matthew to his left, Ian to his right, Lancette and Schmitz on D. Maple Grove possesses through neutral. Ice, they're going to wave that off. It's going to be controlled by Maple Grove. Pass,
and they get
sticked across. Fires up. Ian gives chase. Good stick lift. Good effort there by Ian. Dom gives chase. Pressures, supports. And Maple Grove's going to exit the other way. Here they go 3-on-2 through neutral. That's going to be offside at the line. And 10:49 to go in the first. Emma, Valverde, and Schmieg up front. Hensley and Malmberg on the back end, excuse me. Face off one by Shakopee. Over to Gabe. Gabe deflected in just across the red line by Marco. Nice play. Easton gives chase. Around the boards to Schmieg. Back up top to Malmberg. Walks to the middle. Fires. Gloved by the goaltender.
So far, they're testing the glove only. Like to see those low shots, let those rebounds fly off those forwards. But hey, at least we're picking up the cup, picking up the pace, getting the shots down on net.
Marco on the draw, wins it to himself, fires out front through the crease. Caden just goes under his stick.
Deep.
There goes Maple Grove, 3-on-2 here. Gabe directs him to the corner.
Wow. They just do a waterfall effect down the center of the ice there on that entry.
Easton up to Mason, no ice, that was tipped. Maple Grove skates up onto their defensive zone. Here we go, Easton over to Wyatt. Wyatt now back to Easton. Easton fires, deflected. Maple Grove goes the other way, 3-on-3 now back the other way. This guy's got some speed, goes wide, 16 does. Wheels behind, rolls out front, shot, save. Good save.
Bad bounces there. Off of our skate, directly onto the Maple Grove stick, and just hammers one into the midsection. Good closure by the goalie, making sure it stays outside of the net. We stay 0-0.
All right, Wyatt on the faceoff now. Defensive zone draw. Wyatt on the faceoff. They're controlled by Maple Grove. Pressured by Ian. Maple Grove controls. Wyatt down there as well as Lancette. Lancette controls off the boards to Schmidt. Schmidt's back to Lancette, hits a skate. Schmidt on Schmidt's stick up to Anderson. Through neutral, gets by a defender. He's got some space. He's going to look here for Blake Lancette. Fires, shot.
Oh, nice
turned
and low.
aside. Turned aside. Good play by Shakopee there. Maple Grove back through neutral. Throws it up. Here we go. Got Maple Grove in a little bit of a change. Ian comes back. Here we go the other way, Maple Grove. Gabe gives chase. Good play, Gabe. He gets possession and back around to Blake. Blake tries to chip it up, but it's fired back in by Maple Grove. Maple Grove possesses at the blue line. They dump back behind the net. Lancette chips over to Malmberg. Malmberg fights for it, chipped up to Schmieg. Malmberg. And that will be icing on the play. 8 minutes to go in the first, 0-0.
Not the worst icing, just seemingly having problems throwing it up the wall, not getting it out, not getting it out. Those always lead to the bad scenarios you don't want to find yourself in.
Yep. All right, Dom on the faceoff. Williamson, like I said, on the faceoff. Scott and Schmieg on his wings. One. Good nice shot block by Caden. Skipped away by Gabe. Maple Grove controls. And then chipped out of the nice play by Matthew. Mason gives chase. He's going to possess. Oh. Matthew gives chase. Dom on the puck. Now,
thank you, ref. Thank you, ref.
Skate.
Oh, and then we iced it. Nope, not anymore with him.
Yep.
Well, he was right there. What in the world was that called?
Sloppy all the way around, and the refs are sloppy too.
Talking to the other parent here with the Maple Grove thing, and he did the same thing. I don't know how that was icing when you just watched it go in.
Between the four of them, they didn't know what to do.
All right, so we're going to bring a face-off in our defensive zone to the right of Van. Marco will take this draw. Marco with Easton and Trey up front.
Let's get one right.
Let's get one right. Glass, and that will be their goaltender lets it go for icing.
Really thought the goalie was going to play another puck to negate the icing, but he just has his own style, I guess, as it comes down. And we'll see if that one ever comes back. Got to get one here, White.
Again, Marco on the draw. We'll Marco with Trey and Easton up front. Again, one by up the wall. Lancette controls to O'Neill.
We got to get off this wall at some point. And here we go.
Little Blake over to Schmitz.
All sorts of room for Schmitty.
Oop. Easton will fire it in.
Ooh, D is activating here.
Maple Grove controls behind their own net. They send a couple players out of the zone a ways.
Got to put a shoulder onto 16 at some point. Stop him from moving.
Fired in by Shakopee.
Got a few fresh bodies out now with Gabrick and Malmberg.
Maple Grove through neutral. They'll retreat.
Good
Passing through neutral. Pass just behind the intended target. And they'll fire it in the corner. Land set, chips it out. Possessed by Maple Grove again through neutral. Wyatt gives chase. Now Easton. Easton pressures. Maple Grove in. Easton will chip that out and look to change. Ian gives chase. Ian, very nice pressure, turns over the defender, wins the puck battle to Wyatt. Wyatt possesses. Maple Grove content chipping it out of the zone. Gabe across to Caden. Chipped out to center. Ian gloves it down. Maple Grove will turn the other way and fire it in. Will chips it out. Maple Grove possesses through neutral. Fired in. It's loose right there. And Anderson with a nice play to win that puck battle. Over to Gabe. Gabe up to Ian. There he goes, Ian. Nice save. Good shot by Ian. Blockered away. Ian a couple times now has created a turnover there and a good scoring chance.
Somebody's got to pick up 7.
Maple Grove now enters the zone, number 6. So the nice hip check by Caden to take him off the puck. Matthew gives chase. Maple Grove turns the other way, surrounded by Sabres. 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes, 20 seconds here in the first. Matthew with the puck through neutral, and he'll fire that one in. Oh, Matthew. Ooh, I thought maybe he was going to go for the wraparound there.
Up the middle.
Out to the point. Good play. Over to Mason. And shot blocked. Dom now with the puck. Up to Schmitz. Fires. Blocked. Good. Ooh, fired just by Speed. Had a rolling puck there.
Pressure on.
Maple Grove, that's going to be turned over. Easton with some speed off the bench, and it looks like maybe
man, those are some high hands.
That's off at the line there. 3:36 to go in the first.
So unless there's a change with the refs, we're not going to see what we saw when we were up in Maple Grove, which were penalties every 23 seconds. They are letting contact be contact regardless of how it happens.
Play will continue on 5-on-5. No penalties yet this far. Marco on the draw. Easton and Trey, his wingers, Schmitz and Lancette on D. Maple Grove controls through the neutral. Stick handles through. Trey will battle there along the wall, as does Marco. Schmitz possesses to Easton. Backhand up to Lancette. He'll fire that in. Takes a bounce on net. Good play there. Maple Grove turns the other way and will come back 3-on-3. The puck really bouncing here. Blake possesses. Turns back, buys time to Schmitz.
Oh, blows a tire.
Maple Grove now possessing. Got a guy walking down the middle, fires high, out front. They score. Number 10 gets it. We got 1-0.
Not much to say there. Hard set of plays. Interesting bounce off the boards. Sent it out front. They definitely know where their people are in front of the net. That is for sure.
So 2 minutes, 43 seconds to go in the first. 1-0 Maple Grove. Gabrick, Anderson, and McGuire up front. Hensley, Malmberg at D. Malmberg, Anderson. Hensley. The puck with speed through neutral. Here comes Caden. Over to Anderson. Chipped on net, kind of a butterfly, and it's gloved down. I think their top scorer in that last goal, the puck happened to end up on his stick, number 10, and he was able to bury that. Offensive zone draw now here for Shakopee. 2:21 to go in the first. Face-off controlled by Maple Grove. They'll rim it. Chip it out of the zone. They're going to have a 2-on-1 here. Gabe, stick over. Good back check there. Nice play by Wyatt. Here goes Caden the other way. Caden and Ian. Wyatt possesses. Will gets it back deep. Wyatt gives chase. He's going to be the first to the puck here. Pinned to the wall. Anderson now with time. Behind. Ian out of the corner. Walks to the middle. There's a scrum in front. And covered up. All right, a fresh 5 for the Sabres. Dom on the face-off. Controlled by Maple Grove. They'll rim it. Puck battle at the blue line by Blake. Matthew controls. Nice play to hold the zone there. Rimmed back around by Maple Grove. Whoop, Blake.
A couple times we found ourselves not on our feet.
Caught an edge. There you go. Matthew gives pressure, turns him over. We got, good play out in front. Just sticked away by Maple Grove. Good hustle by Blake. Oh, I thought maybe that'd be tipped in by Maple Grove. The final minute of play in the first period up to Schmitz, and that puck's going to exit the zone. Just snuck outside the blue line there. Here we go. Here Mason all alone. Glove down. Saved by the goalie. Good play by Shakopee there.
Nice little turn of events there, bouncing puck.
About 40 seconds to go in the first. Shakopee with some good pressure the last minute or so. Marco on the face-off. Easton and Trey up front. Blake and Schmidt. Glenn set and Schmidt's on the back end for Blake. Backhands it over. All right, Schmidt. Up, not out to the line, but not out. Here goes Marco. 20 seconds left in the period. 2-on-3 with Trey. There's Maple Grove with one last rush. 9 seconds left on the clock.
And here comes a penalty on us for activity behind the play. It's a slash or ruffian or I don't know what he did. Marco took a little extra after some hits there.
So the Sabres will go on the penalty kill with 6 seconds left in the first. Unsportsmanlike conduct looked like the sign. So 2 minutes, so 6 seconds here in the first on the penalty kill. Good face-off, and that will conclude the first. So 1-0 Maple Grove after one. Shakopee with the shots advantage, 7-3. A couple good chances there for Shakopee, and overall a very competitive period.
I'd say so. Now we're going to have to prove ourselves. Second period, down one player for the next minute 54. This was not our success when we were in Maple Grove, so Let's hope the last 4 weeks have taught us something about a penalty kill.
All right, 15 minutes on the clock. Second period. Shakopee in white, heading left to right. Maple Grove in the dark jerseys, heading right to left, 1-0. Maple Grove, they'll start the period on the power play. Minute 54 remains on the power play. Be offside at the line.
You got to call it. He calls off before he blows the whistle. Still thinking we're a high school team. Updated high school news. Shakopee over somebody, I don't know.
Lakeville South, I believe, tonight.
Lakeville South, 5-1.
5-1, okay.
Congrats to Dylan Schmitz, who scored his first varsity
goal.
Nice.
All right, Trey wins it back to Caden. Caden fires it out to neutral. Maple Grove will work from there. So they work down the left side. Look to establish the zone to get Maple Grove on the power play. They work from along the wall out to the middle. Number 4.
They drop somebody behind. Yep.
Up top. Shot. Deflected down in front. Ooh, fired high. Had some net there. So it got caught in his equipment. No one really knew where it was. It fell right on his stick. Fires high. Again, Maple Grove possesses. This is the goal scorer from last time. Kaminsky fires just wide. Maple Grove walks to the middle. A guy alone in front. Shot, save. They look, go back door. Gabe's got it. He's going to send that all the way down for icing. No icing, excuse me.
They think we're high school. So this referee group, for everybody watching, still thinks we're in high school, and they allowed an icing to happen in real time, when in bantam hockey that is technically not allowed. Same thing that he's called 3 times with calling offsides ahead of their going offside. So we're still trying to figure that out with these refs.
Oh, nice drag to the middle, intercepted by Caden. Good stick, shot, deflected, and it went right over Van's head. If you ever saw it, it popped straight up in the air and lands behind him. To make it 2-0 as they get one on the power play.
Hopefully we understand we're not in high school.
It's kind of a fluky goal there as the puck got deflected, went straight up in the air and kind of came right down in the back of the net. So, all right, we've got Wyatt up front with Ian and Will. On the back end, we've got Schmitz and Lancet.
I guess this coach is having a conversation about the exact stuff that we're talking about. Mr. Linesman here just needs to understand where we're playing and what we're doing.
All right, face-off controlled by Maple Grove. Schmitz on it, over to Anderson. Chips it up to Wyatt. Maple Grove possesses. Maple Grove, played by Ian. Now Owen. All right, up to Ian along the board. She'll attempt to chip that out. Maple Grove seals the board, drags back to the middle. A nice body by Schmitz as he separates the player from the puck. Over to Anderson. He'll chip that out. Possessed at neutral by Maple Grove. Maple Grove patiently through the neutral, intercepted by Schmitz. Nice play, and he'll dump it in. Right. Ian digs at the puck, as does.
That hit the bench.
So it should be an offensive zone draw, I believe. It'll be a neutral zone. Going off there. 12 minutes to go in the second. Right. Dom on the face-off. Maple Grove will possess. They'll turn back. Hit the guy coming through the neutral zone with speed. 11 with some speed. He doesn't move. Fires. Shot off the post. It's crossbar, I believe it is what it was. Shot. Turned to the corner. And another one. Just deflected. Number 7 off the side of the net was able to deflect it in.
It's like we're slowing down some. They're able to just pass around, move the puck around, do what they want to do right about now. It's looking different than the first period, that's for sure. Somebody has got to step up and bring the energy right about now.
So 3-0, 11 minutes to go in the second. Maple Grove controls the draw, and they'll dump it in. Easton battles for the puck there. As they fight there, Marco controls the puck, wheels behind the net.
We got something happening on the back end.
So
looks like a Maple Grove,
penalty.
something's going to be happening. Not sure why the line judge is showing there.
So high stick in it. On
14.
So the play was whistled for
all the way in there.
I think they whistled it for an icing. So they'll neutral zone draw on our side of the Maple Grove side of the red line. So good opportunity here for the Sabres. See if we can take advantage. Power play will be Marco at center, Trey and Easton up front, Schmitz and Lancette on the back end. Maple Grove possesses. Playing a little bit of keep away now. Here's a good chance. Marco possesses over to Trey. Turnover by Easton. Here we go. Works free, taken off the puck.
Hold on.
Bounced off the glass. Maple Grove's got a guy free, number 4 in all alone. And it's looks like Van gets a piece of it and stays out of the net. As he tried to go back to the short side. Easton streaking up ice. Good attempt by, I think it was Trey or Marco back there, just beyond his outstretched stick.
It's a big save right down there. Got that leg out as far as it could go to stop that game from going to 4-0 on a shorthanded goal. Would have been detrimental.
All right, power play unit. Gabe on the back end with Caden. Up front, Wyatt, Will, and Ian. Controlled by Maple Grove. Shakopee battles for it. Anderson comes out with it, turns it back. Minute 11 remaining on the power play for the Sabres. They'll come up ice. Caden, he'll turn back, loses an edge. Turned over here at the middle, number 7.
Good job.
Ian does a nice job to possess, moves it back up ice. Turned back the other way quickly by Maple Grove. 7 possesses again, looks to the middle. And Wyatt will move up ice with it. 40 seconds to go on the Sabres power play. We'll see if they can establish the zone here. Nice zone entry. Up top to Ian. Ian will walk down. Shot, turned away with the blocker. Shot blocked. Another shot, pad save. And
Anderson with the hustle.
He'll turn the other way. Here we go. He's got help. Oh, just under the stick of Wyatt.
Still in the feet.
Maple Grove now. They'll dump it in, and that will end the power play for Shakopee. And we'll resume 5-on-5 play. 9 minutes to go in the second. All right, Caden gives chase in the corner, pressures. Maple Grove out to the neutral, fires high. Big bounce off the glass. Gabe possesses to Ian. Ian, it was tipped there by Maple Grove, so it'll be no ice. There'll be a penalty coming up on
Maple Grove voicing their interest with that call, trying to tell them exactly what they're saying.
Eight minutes to go. Refs discuss the severity of the penalty here. We'll see what they come up with.
Open at 2 and 10, but I'm worried about a bad call or an even worse call from here.
They've got 2 on the clock, but the refs continue to discuss, so we'll see what comes of it. They've got a roughing call, or what they'll go with, elbowing. I don't know. Roughing, 2-minute minor roughing.
Back on 5 and 4 we go. Gave away one of our goals, shorthanded. The other big. One of those was more of the fluky one, the last shorthanded goal, or the penalty kill goal that we have. We'll have to see if we can hold them off for 2 minutes on this one.
Well, here we go. Dom at center. Possessed by Maple Grove, they fire it across. Look to the middle, down to 7. It bounces around again, right in front. Puck seems to be bouncing right around the goal. Maple Grove back to the corner, walk out along the hash, up top, fires, sticked away to the corner. They're putting 2 guys in front of the net, a lot of traffic in front. Shot wide, and that'll exit the zone.
We definitely just switched from a diamond into a square there for our defense, because they have 2 guys, sometimes even 3 are going low. One person can't handle it by themselves.
All right, Maple Grove wheels around the net. Possessed. I don't think Van saw it, and they score. Made the initial save, and the player was there and was able to put it in the backhand for the goal to make it.
Not much to say. They always just seem to be in the places they know they're, and they definitely run what very consistent, and it keeps on working for them. So can't imagine why they're going to what they're doing.
Trey gives chase. Whistled offside.
And for once, that was an immediate one for us. We're making progress.
Maple Grove controls, and they'll rim it in. Gabe will be first to the puck. Chips it up to Trey. Out to Maple Grove. They're going to fire it over. Caden possesses. No Marco with the puck. Rim that around to Trey. Pulls it off the wall nicely and is able to exit the zone. Maple Grove. Up to Gabe now. Gabe over to Trey, just out of his reach. And now Maple Grove will turn and head the other way. They'll float it out to neutral. And that will be icing. Bring up an offensive zone face-off for Shakopee. With 6 minutes, 14 seconds to go. All right, good face-off win by Ian. Back to Schmitz. Fires down to the corner. Oh, Schmitz blows a tire there. We come back 2-on-1 shot off the post. Another shot on, saved and covered. All right, here we go. Offensive zone draw for Maple Grove. Blake will control it. Kicked in by Maple Grove, soccer style. Blake exits the zone. Fires it just past the stick, and that'll be icing.
On the same page there for that one.
So it'll be a defensive zone draw for Shakopee. Ian, Will, and Wyatt up front.
Nope.
Well, I spoke too soon. Scott, Schmieg, and Williamson will come out as the forward line for Shakopee. Schmitz and Lancette at defense. But controlled by Lancette to Schmieg nicely. So he'll exit the zone. Matthew with speed across the red line. 3-on-2 to Dom.
Offsides, it kind of looked like, yep.
Offsides.
That's not the job of a ref to call offsides, though.
So neutral zone draw. 5:35 to go in the second. Face-off controlled by Maple Grove. Guy comes through with speed. Button hooks it out to the point. Back to him. Down low. Back to the neutral. Drags around to the neutral. Fires high. Shot. Gloved there.
Definitely quick line changes here as we head to the end of the second period.
It'll be nice when we get our two other players back. We very much in need of additional players here, so we're looking forward to having them back. Looks to set up. Out to Easton, chips it. Marco gives chase. Easton possesses. Here we go, 3-on-1. Shot just wide. Maple Grove goes the other way. Good play by Marco.
Still got the puck.
The guy was able to retain possession in through the neutral. Shot, turned aside. Another shot and hangs on. 4:40 to go in the second period. Trey on the face-off. Possessed by Shakopee up down the middle to Maple Grove. And fires high. Marco up, looks to hit Easton. Doesn't quite connect.
That's it. Yeah,
Marco's
a little bit behind right now.
Hit to his head on the dasher board there.
Now we're yelling the same things and at the same refs. Like,
And Marco on his feet, good to see.
honestly, I didn't see anything there.
Yeah, I guess I didn't get a real good look at it either. I did see his head hit, looks like the dasher. Hopefully he's all right. Face off at neutral, Wyatt, Ian, Will. Caden will possess here. Shot, no look to set up, back to Gabe. Caden with space through neutral, fires it in. Just out the zone. Will back the other way to Wyatt. Nice connection. Over to Ian. Ian steps inside the zone. Good
that
effort
could have
there.
been really nice down the middle.
Good effort. Maple Grove will dump it in. Maple Grove possesses behind the net. Now to the corner. Work low to high. Up to the defenseman. He'll fire back down. Puck bouncing around again. Maple Grove looks to possess. Good play by Wills. He's able to intercept. They go 2-on-2 the other way. Defenseman gaps up. Possession tries to drag around. Gabe loses his stick, but he retrieves it. Over, look to go back door. Hits the Shakopee stick. Caden bodies the player off the puck. Play continues on. Maple Grove, the bouncer. Gabe will send it the length of the ice to get the whistle. 2:48 to go in the second. Offensive zone draw for Maple Grove here. Down on the face-off. Controlled by Maple Grove. Looks to do a set play. They fumble the puck here. We're going to have another breakaway by Mason here. Shot. Blockered away. Blockered away by the goalie. Good play by Shakopee to spring a free player. Maple Grove back the other way. 18 with an inside-out move. Shot. Blockered away. Hits like the side of the net. Maple Grove picks up possession of the puck. Turned over by Lancette. He'll go behind the net, and they'll set up from there. 2 minutes to go in the second. Rims around to Schmeek. Schmeek continues the puck up along the wall. Exit the zone. Maple Grove will look to regroup the other way. Gets by the first wave. Puck bounces just over the stick of 18. Comes on goal. Steered to the side. Grove walks through the middle. It's still a good play by Dom there to intercept. Down in the corner. 4 players scrum forward up to Matthew, and he'll chip that out. Maple zone now 3-on-3, and a couple players get tied up behind the play. Looks like they'll take both of them at coincidental penalties here. Face-off will come to neutral. So 1:09 left in the third. 5-on-5. Coincidental penalties. Maple Grove controls the draw. They'll work into the zone. Wyatt intercepts, turns the other way. Trey picks up the puck through neutral with speed. He's bodied off the puck. Easton now pressures. Maple Grove through neutral, 2-on-2 the other way. Trey with a nice back check makes it 3-on-3, and they'll chip it in the corner. Caden possesses around to Wyatt. Wyatt with a little bit of time, chips it up, out, and back in. Should be offside. And the whistle goes. 30 seconds to go in the second. All right, they win the faceoff. 7 does and goes forward. Gabe possesses the puck around to Trey's going to be in a puck battle. Easton now looks to exit the zone. Maple Grove. Now Wyatt's got the puck. 5 seconds. Trey, one last rush here. 2 seconds. 1 second. Now let's end the second period. So we'll Zamboni 4-0 at the conclusion of 2. We'll be back in about 15 minutes or so. All right, we are back. Third period action ahead of us. 4-0 Maple Grove. Shakopee will play again on Saturday, as I believe it's a home game against Wayzata. It'll be the first time they'll see Wayzata this year. Then I think an away game, excuse me. Yep, that is that way at Wayzata. We'll see Wayzata again, I believe, in the Edina tournament just after the first of the year. So we'll see them twice in district play, at least once in tournament play. All right, Shakopee takes the ice. Again, Shakopee white uniforms, red numbers, home uniforms. All right, Anderson, Gabriel, McGuire up front, Lancette, and Schmitz on the back end. Here we go, third period underway in Shakopee. Lancette will control over to Schmitz, back to Lancette. He's pressured to McGuire. McGuire skies it out. Maple Grove off the boards the other way. Lancette will fire that one in. Lancette sets up from behind his own net. Up to Gabriel, off the heel of his stick, he gives chase. Fired in by Lancette, glove down by Maple Grove as they come through neutral. Shakopee changes, number 6 in all alone, fires, excuse me, not all alone, one-on-one, fires well high. Defended nicely by Shakopee. Malmberg to Lancette through neutral to Williamson. And then Maple Grove will backhand it in. Lancette back to Malmberg. It takes a funny bounce off the stanchion at the Zamboni door. Anderson will send that the length of the ice. Bryson. All right, face off in the Sabres defensive zone. Looks like they're going to go forward with it. Defended nicely by Shakopee. Caden has the puck. As Easton up the wall, off the skate of Maple Grove, chipped out. Just hops over Trey's stick, no ice, and they give chase. It'll be fired all the way down by Maple Grove. A whistle for icing. Dom on the offensive draw, possesses nicely out front, just misses. Good effort there. Caden will give chase, pick up behind the net, backhands it over to Trey. Trey still with the puck. Contested by the Maple Grove player, comes away with the puck, walks out the neutral. Here goes Trey with 2-on-1, it looks like. Dom cutting to the net. Ooh, good try, good try. Just Maple Grove defender got a stick on it, just barely. Good effort by Shakopee. Maple Grove comes back through. Number 2 in. Stick inside. Maple Grove possesses behind. Is it going to... Doesn't quite clear the zone. Caden behind the net, over to Gabe. Gabe out to neutral. Maple Grove will look to set up. Easton with a nice play, turns over. Here we go. Schmieg with his third breakaway, 2-on-0 with Hensley. Over just under Mason's stick. Shot blocked by Maple Grove. Maple Grove through. Pass to 18. He shoots, and held in the blocker by Van. All right, face-off. Wyatt wins the face-off. It's a stanchion, and he's right back out front. So Maple Grove, they got a guy alone in front, and they score. Hits the stanchion on a broken play. Couple looks there, and it goes in. All right, Dom on the draw, 5-0 now Maple Grove. What? Shot saved. Dom fires been behind. Up slowly behind the net is Ian. Maple Grove now through neutral. Dom gives chase. The 16 with speed around the end, back out front. Blake digs for the puck. Gets it up the boards to Will. Not quite out. They're going to rim it back in. Picked up by Ian to Anderson. He's bodied off the puck. Good play by Caden. Holds the zone. Walks down the middle. Retreats. Looks to go across the gauge. Sticked away by Maple Grove. Number 18, bodied off the puck by Easton. Was Trey through neutral zone with speed. Works by the defender. And up to Caden. Ooh, nice pass up to Wyatt. Can he hold on to it? Uses his body to shield. Nice job. Maple Grove. Sticked away by Gabe. Pucked right along and covered up. 9:37 to go in the third. 5-0. Face-off one, controlled by Schmitz. He rims it. Shot on goal, stick to the side. Now Dom wins the puck battle up just through the skates of Schmieg. Nice play by Blake, holding the puck in there, intercepting the pass. Maple Grove stretches the ice, got one up at the far blue line. Scott. Defense license came offside by a good amount there. By Dom on the draw. Controlled by Maple Grove. D to D through the middle with speed. Number 7. Good stick by the defender. Causes the puck to go over the net. Now controlled by Scott to Schmieg. Schmieg backhands it in. Nice play. And they give chase. Shakopee now on the forecheck. Lancette pinches down the wall. Controls. Breakaway now for Maple Grove. 7 in alone, gloved by Van, and he's gonna play it. Matthew will fire that one down in. And another stretch pass, number 7. Good stick by Gabe. Great stick. Deflects that out of play. All right. Face off, 8 minutes to go. Wyatt, controlled by Shakopee. Gabe with the puck now, has his stick lifted. Back up top for Maple Grove. So dump that down in the corner. Gabe just out of reach of Ian. Maple Grove, good at the line. Possess. Ian sticks it away, and they'll battle along. Good puck battle by Ian, and he chips it out of the zone. Maple Grove comes back the other way. And have number 2, number 10 alone. Fires wide. Over. Shot. Couple saves. Number 10 possesses. Ooh. In front, out top, D to D. You look for the seam pass. Intercepted by Shakopee. Good play. Ian's got it. And he sends that the length of the ice. For icing. Draw controlled up top by Maple Grove. They drop the D in, but it goes under his stick. They attempt to set play. Lancette in the corner possesses. To Schmitz now. To Williamson. To Easton. Easton back to Williamson. Tries to jump around the defender. Off the defender's ankle. Maple Grove will retreat and move up ice with speed. 16 on, shot, save. Number 13 now, good stick by Trey. Good pass, great pass by Blake, up to Easton. Easton fights for it. Now Maple Grove the other way, 2 on 1. Trey coming back, good play by Trey. It's still kind of free there. Shot. Turned away. Uh-oh. Shot and whistled down. So 5:48 to go. There you go. All right. Wyatt on the draw. 5:48 to go. They attempt to go forward again. They like to go forward on that face-off. Defended nicely by Shakopee. Out to the point. Shot off the stick of the Shakopee player. Here we go to Matthew. Wait for it down in the corner. Shakopee, or excuse me, Maple Grove back the other way. Continuing to drive wide through the middle down to 14. Blocked by Caden. Matthew out the zone to Schmieg. Offside. Anderson, Williamson, McGuire up front. Maple Grove looks to come to the middle. The stick handle fired, blocked, shot again and gloved. All right, face-off controlled by Shakopee. Play. Maple Grove now 2-on-2. Nice play by Schmitz to tie up the Maple Grove player. Out of the zone. Ian gives chase, no ice. Ian goes to the middle nicely, or here it is to Easton. Easton attempts to drag to the middle. Out to Schmitz, shot, high. That'll be a penalty on Maple Grove. So with 3 minutes to go, Shakopee will look to get on the board here with a power play. We go with Easton, Wyatt, Trey, Caden, Gabe. Shakopee retreats. There goes Easton through neutral, gains the zone. Caden with time. Shot. Ooh, good shot, turned away. Looking for the deflection there. Skied out of the zone. 2-on-1 now. Shot and they score. The shorthanded goal by Maple Grove to make it 6-0. 2:49 to go in the third. Oh, Caden hooks an edge there. Retains possession of the puck. Still on the power play here. And they're going to come the other way with speed. The same guy. Good save. Another save. Shot. Another one out front. Good job by Shakopee. Shakopee will look to go the other way. Matthew. Up to Gabe. 45 seconds on the power play. The icing on Maple Grove as they look to stretch the play. Wyatt on the face-off here. 20 seconds to go in the power play. Controlled by Maple Grove, they'll rim it. Schmitz is there, anticipated nicely. Walk down the wall. Sticked away by number 10. And they'll work back the other way, 2-on-2. Goes Anderson the other way. The guy out of the box cuts him off. Ooh, a pass right in front of his own net, but it works out well. Ooh. Lancet from behind, up to Anderson. Cross. 45 seconds. Maple Grove will content to pass back and forth. They look to stretch the ice. And they'll get a deflection in, no icing. Blake backhands it around, up the wall and out of the zone. Maple Grove looking for one last rush. This guy comes through with a good amount of speed. Number 11 works wide. It's to the middle, bounces over the stick, along the wall. Anderson will chip it in. And that'll conclude the game. So Maple Grove defeats Shakopee. Shakopee again in action as they visit Wayzata on Saturday. We'll see you then.